break house all fast. Do 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 do.
Yeah, it
Hold
does.
on, I gotta adjust my earpiece again. All right. Oh no, I think this is where the microphone is. Okay. I didn't have
Yep.
to have this one in. All right. What up, peeps?
What's up?
It's your girl K-Cee Deeva here. Anthony Adams. We're here to do what we do
Yes, yes.
once a week. We talk
Woo!
about 90 Day Fiance. And this
Mm.
is called 90 Day Fiance Afterthoughts and Chaos.
Oh
Because it's
God.
never a dull moment.
Oh God. No, and last night, we had a lot of chaos.
Man, I think for the record, Ant, I think this is the best tell-all in a while because they were getting kind of boring.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got all the couples are here, first and foremost.
Hey, they're all here. Nobody's on video.
Exactly. They're all married.
First time ever.
First time ever. And
And
also
two,
go ahead. Yeah, go
I
tell
was
them.
gonna say, and two are pregnant.
Two are pregnant that I was not expecting at all.
Yes,
I
yes.
was not expecting.
I was not either. So Thias and Patrick are pregnant.
Mazel tov to them.
And Guillermo and Cara.
Oh, that's so cute. Lucy and Ricky are gonna have a baby.
Lucy and Ricky.
That's what they look like, a modern day Lucy and Ricky if you look at them.
That's exactly what they do because she's got the red hair and she, all she got to
Exactly.
do is put it up in a bun and
Exactly.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, last night was interesting to say the least. Wow, let's just go ahead and jump right on in. I got lipstick all over my hands. Just thinking about all the craziness last night. So Sean, of course, was there. Sean,
Yes.
the commentator. She's been the host for a few seasons now. All the seasons, I think.
Yeah, I think all the seasons, yeah.
All the seasons. She's gotten a little more feisty. Somebody definitely told her to amp it up a little bit, which is interesting.
Oh yeah.
And they did a twist that I'm not sure I'm feeling with the whole. So now they have commentary, and they have a couple of former folks, Kenny and Tim from previous seasons, that are there behind the scenes and during the show in between, they do commentary.
Right.
And I mean, it's a nice concept, but I don't know, and maybe I'm hating because I mean, you and I should be doing that. We should have those jobs. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Me and you
I'm
should
just
have those
saying.
jobs. Me and you should have those jobs. But there are times I forgot they were there until they popped up again.
Right. It's like I forgot they were there. It's like, oh yeah, they so it's something new that TLC's trying, which
Yeah.
okay, maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
So basically what they do is just kind of give their opinions on things and go back and forth. And I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it because we want to see the couples. We want to hear the juice. We want to see the dirt.
Exactly. So
And so last night, Jabri.
oh god.
Let's just talk about the outfits first. So, I always like to look at the outfits. I'm a girly girl, so I'm always checking to see what the women are wearing, what their hair looks like, all that. All the women were dressed very nice, very cute dresses. Nothing over the top, but nice. They were all dressed very nice. The guys, same thing. Guys were pretty chill, nothing over the top, except Jabri.
Oh, God.
Because as we've learned, Jabri always has to do something over the top.
Oh, jeez. He showed first of all, let's talk about the matching jackets they showed up with, okay? Them
right before they got on camera, the behind the
when,
scenes, walking into the building.
Exactly. They walked in with two 1990 Belle Biv DeVoe graffiti jackets. Look like
me on it.
Exactly. Looked like something left over from the Poison video.
It did.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay. And then he changes. So he does a quick. It was almost like a TikTok, how they do the jump edit. You walk through one door, you went one. They walk the next door, you went. He walks in wearing a suit that's just a bunch of fireworks all over it that reflect off the light,
Was
looking
it a
like
suit or was it a suit or was it like a jean jacket tie? I couldn't tell.
that looked
I,
like a suit to me. He all I know is this. He looked like one of them performers that performs at the casino, not like the Bellagio, but like all one of them off Vegas casino
the
hotels.
D, like the
The
D.
D, yeah, performs there, and but instead of having a backing band, he got a little boom box with karaoke next to the microphone.
Oh my goodness.
He's the
Yeah,
guy
it
that
was.
perform, he's the guy that performs at the traveling carnivals.
I don't, as horrific as that outfit was, I don't know if they even let him into one of those. I mean, it was just god awful. I kept feeling like I need to reach for my sunglasses every time they showed him. It was just like, it was just bright. It was too much going on. It's like, dude, can you say I need attention any louder? Like, and then on top of that, the whole entire show, he ran his mouth. He had something to say about everybody. And it's like, dude, you really?
We
So
get
okay,
yeah.
so okay, so first he and Ari get into it right now. So they start talking about him and Miona and whatever,
Mhm.
and Ari, I can't remember now. What did she say to him?
She says something to the terms of if there's a
Oh, the
problem.
jealousy thing.
Yeah, she says something to the terms of if there's an issue with the mother-in-law, usually that's on the son, which I
Right.
disagree with.
Right. She was trying to say, she said, well, it seems like your mom is jealous or something like that. And he was
Mhm.
like, you're one to call jealous because you're the most jealous person on the cast. And that's when it all like went downhill from there.
Yeah. I mean, but let me ask you this question though: was he lying about Ari though and jealousy?
No, and she owned up to it though.
Mm.
I'm not an Ari fan, but she said, yeah, I might be. Yeah, okay, right. I am a little jealous.
Yeah.
You know, but then it seemed like after that he was gunning for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just needling her, and he was saying really mean things like, oh, you're holding him back, you're holding Benny back, and dude, you're a star, she's not a star, you're a star, and their relationship's gonna fail, and Sean said, okay, so how do you know their relationship's gonna fail? What makes you think that? Because I just
Mm.
know it, I can just tell, because she's not letting him pursue his dreams, and you're supposed to support it. And as he's talking, and the first thing I thought,
Mm.
I think, here's my scenario, I think Benny,
Mm-hmm.
because remember, Benny quit the band
Mm-hmm.
because him and his best friend clashed over Miona. His best friend didn't like her, etc.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be on next week. But
Mm-hmm.
um, so he quit the band, got married, and I honestly think it was a little hating because he seemed a little bitter, like the way he was talking, and he kept saying, well, what about when he becomes famous? He's gonna have 1,000 women on him, and you can be all jealous, and blah, blah, blah. And everything he was saying was almost like he was the jealous one, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like he was being jealous because Ari is supporting uh uh Benny in his dream.
Yeah, she
And
is.
she said, I never said he couldn't do it. I just said, you know, let's be cautious about it. I mean, it's a dangerous sport. Everybody knows that. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? That's what I thought. I just felt
Oh
like Jabri
yeah,
came across like he was being
absolutely.
super like a hater kind of because Benny's gonna live his dream and he wish he could live his.
Exactly. I mean, he sees that Benny's gonna live his dream, and he's like, that's supposed to be him in
Mm-hmm.
his mindset, but it's not because he
Mm-hmm.
left the band,
Yep.
which was by choice.
His
But
choice.
exactly, I mean, and even though Ari did own up to being jealous, it's just like, dude, you have no room to talk. You are the guy who gets offensive or feels everyone is attacking you the minute they put you in check. You feel everyone's suddenly attacking you. You felt your parents were attacking you when they told you have to
Mm-hmm.
the end of the year to move out. You felt your boy was attacking you when you said, hey, I need to text Miona and let her know we're in the studio and everything. You felt you attack. My question to him is this: well, we know who hurt him, but it's like, what happened to him that makes him that gets it? Because it's not just with the cast. We've seen this repeated history throughout the entire season. So my question is, this goes deeper. So I want to know is what's the root? What's causing you to be this way?
That's a very good point, Ant. I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think honestly, I think he's just a spoiled brat millennial.
Mm-hmm.
Period, point blank.
Mm-hmm.
He is the stereotypical millennial. His parents have spoiled him. He's
Mm-hmm.
what, 27, still
Yep.
living at home.
Yep.
Well, no, just moved out like a few months ago. Um, lived at home forever, 27.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly his mom and dad spoiled him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now, anybody that goes against him, anybody that doesn't like, so his friend wasn't all, yeah, man, okay, yeah, that's great. His friend was like, yo, just be cautious. I saw some red flags. The guy was being a good friend. That's what good
Yeah.
friends do. He didn't try to break them up. He didn't try to get in the middle and say, you need to leave her, but he never said that.
No, he
He just
didn't.
was like, yo, I'm not really feeling this chick. She seemed like she just kind of, you're just falling and whatever, whatever. And you're right. Everything he takes, it's personal. He is a typical millennial, spoiled
Mm-hmm.
brat who can't, stand anybody. If you're not following what he wants to do or saying what he wants to hear, then he wants no parts. And that's how he acts.
I mean, yeah, 100%. And I'll even add on to that. You think, and I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but yeah, let an NBA player or a rapper slide in your wife's DMs. She will
I,
leave you. And
that's what I mean. He's sitting there talking about everybody else's relationship. You might want to
shit, you checking
you
your
might want to
girl's
look in
DMs.
your right,
You see how fine
because
she is. You
exactly,
tell me the minute she gets to
exactly.
LA, she's not gonna get catcalled.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
there's gonna be men trying to get at that. So
Oh yeah.
you're the one that's gonna be jealous. But it's okay because
Mm-hmm.
karma's gonna he's gonna end up being jealous because he's gonna look at her inbox one day, or whatever. So anyway,
Well, speaking of inboxes, one thing we learned last night was a lot of people actually get into these guys' DMs like, oh, you need a green card? I got you and everything. And
good segue, Ant. Good segue.
yes, yes, because Eve talked about it with Muhammad. She said, and girls getting his DMs talking about, oh, you need a green card? I got you. And then uh,
Kobe and
Emily,
Emily, yeah.
Emily is just like, yeah, guys getting Kobe's DMs. Kobe's not a bad looking guy. I mean,
And
tall,
he's a
dark
nice
skin,
guy. He seems like a
nice
nice
guy
guy. And
too.
so
Oh yeah,
you're
he's dark
watching.
chocolate. Come on, that's women's weakness.
Well, you're watching, well, I like milk chocolate, caramel. I mean, I don't discriminate. But anyway, dark chocolate too. But anyway, I digress. No, Kobe is a very nice looking dude.
Yeah.
It seems like a nice guy, upstanding guy because he's taking care of his kids. I'm sure I would be willing to bet money that if he did not have those children with her, he would not have stuck around.
Oh,
He would have been the
absolutely.
first plane back to China and being the only black in China again. But but yeah, so they slide in, and what I think what's more interesting is that they actually read them. I you know
Yeah.
they actually pay attention to who's in there. So
Oh yeah.
anyway, yeah, Emily. They didn't really dive into their story just yet.
Did we
Um,
really need to see what we saw last night with them?
oh boy. Yeah.
Did we
Yeah.
really need that? Did we really
Go
need that?
ahead, Aunt. Tell the story. Tell the story.
Oh god! So they mentioned, of course, the tidy whitey scene earlier this season because Kobe used to be an underwear model over in China, and they show him, of course, in tidy whiteys this season when he's here. And so Sean asks, like, "Where's this whole tidy whitey?" And she goes, "No, stand up, stand up. Show him what you got on, babe." So he stands up, undoes his pants, and shows he's got on these like Hanes boxer briefs with Emily's face all over them, and she's like playing. And I'm like, "Oh god."
Okay, first of all, if you gotta go to the extreme to put your face on your man's underwear, uh-uh.
Oh god, I was just like, thank God we didn't see no skid marks.
Man.
We did not need to see that. I was just like, for real.
Yeah, they planned that, clearly.
Notice Jabri had nothing to say about that.
He sure didn't. Anywho, so I guess we'll
Oh
hear more
god.
from them next week. That'll be interesting. And then okay, so let's talk about Bilal and Shaida because they did talk about their story.
Yes.
Um, interesting. Sean said, "How are things going?" And Shaida's response is, I'm still getting to know Bilal, and we're still getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then his ex came on. So we saw the ex during the season,
Mm.
and she came on.
Mm.
And Sean kind of called out Shaida. She's like, I noticed the whole time you haven't even looked in her direction. Like, what's going on? Well, Shaida was
Mm.
still pissed because if you remember, the ex-wife went to the house and was talking about the prenup and all this, and Shaida was like, she had a little attitude with me. She was coming at me kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And my thinking the whole time, even when that incident happened, was, you're the ex. Why are you
Mm-hmm.
all up in this? Like, you should have no say so in this whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you shouldn't even be coming to me talking about it, honestly.
And you know, and my thing on this, and I tweeted this last night. I said, because even though the ex, we found out the ex was the one that left Bilal. Deep down, I think she's still in love with Bilal.
I was kind of picking up some of those vibes. I was picking up a little bit of hating vibes. My
Okay.
hate meter was going crazy last night with all these
Oh
people.
yeah.
I was picking up a little bit of hater, um, and
Federation.
what it is from a woman's perspective is, I'm sure in the back of her mind, as she's talking, she's like, yeah, he definitely, a little, a kind of a neat freak. She said he's a neat freak. And Sean said, would you categorize him as a neat freak? She said yes. Um, and Sean said, okay, we're seeing some similarities here. So this isn't anything new, Shaida, and are you willing to stick it out? And Shaida
Mm.
said, yeah, I'm willing to try to work things through, with my partner, and blah blah blah, whatever. And the look in the ex's face, I think sometimes, maybe, you look at somebody, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
did I jump too soon? You
Mm.
know, did he got a little suit on and everything, look kind of good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it looked good because I don't think he's cute at all. But she probably was thinking this, okay?
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
look kind of good, and I think just that fear of, well, what if he is a little better, or what if he does change, and remember, she said, I was also trying to raise two kids. She goes, so I had to deal with trying to keep the house perfect and whatever, and raise two children. So
That's a
I
good
think
point.
even more so than maybe her wanting him back or liking him still, I think there's some bitterness there that maybe she had it kind of tough,
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
even tougher because she had to raise children and
Mm-hmm.
deal with his nonsense. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like essentially, wait a minute, I did all this just so you can basically have a free pass and everything. And I mean, and it's not, and but you also got to remember too, Shaida has put in the prenup. We have to have kids by before I'm what 30, I think, or 40
40 before
before
40.
she's 40. So okay, and then also, you know, she's thinking to herself, wait a minute, because we see these all the time on these movies when the white husband the husband wife break up, he's paying child support, all of a sudden then the new woman comes in and says, you need to stop paying child support. Why are you paying child support to
Right.
her and everything?
Right.
Not that so she's probably thinking that in her mind, not that Shaida would do that, because I don't think she's that type of person. But also, there's a saying, you never realize how good your baby look until you see them on the arm of somebody else.
That's true.
Now you got
That's true.
Bilal in this new relationship, and he's over the moon. Even though he does a lot of mansplaining, he's over the moon with Shaida, and making all these sacrifices and all these changes. We saw him give in to saying, "Okay, you know what? I'll put this in the prenup." To give
Right.
into that, where he probably
Right.
didn't do that for her. So I think you're
Right.
right. Yeah, I'm
Right.
going to change for her. So now there's some resentment.
And
Yeah,
not only that,
absolutely.
yeah, he changed, and she was very, she could be a little jealous that Shaina was strong enough to stand up and say, no, 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 I need to have these things for me. And because did you
Mm.
hear her try to throw a little bit of shade? She even called her out. She said, yeah, that was some shade. I think Shadia or whatever her name was, because
Yeah.
she said, well, yeah, I mean, she didn't have anything, and he had all the assets. And she said, wait, what do you mean I didn't have any assets?
For real. She's like, you
She
don't know
said,
what
I
business I
have,
have.
yeah. She's like, you don't know what I have and what I don't, whatever. So she checked her real quick on that.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the girl was like, oh, yeah, no, I just meant, So
Yeah.
yeah, she looked kind of crazy out there. She looked kind of a
Oh
little
yeah, she
crazy out
did.
there.
She did.
But you know,
She did. Oh
yeah,
God. Oh
yeah,
God. You want to talk about Cara and Guillermo and
yeah. Car
the ex boyfriend?
Kenny G off Wish.
Oh God, no.
Kenny G wannabe.
Johnny Depp off of Wish. He looked more with that hat. He looked more like Johnny Depp off of What's Eating Gilbert Grape or Benny and June.
Oh no! Don't do my boy Johnny like that. No.
No, but okay. So somebody actually said on Twitter, they said, let's bring in the overzealous ex boyfriend because these two couples are boring. Because this couple's boring.
Right?
Yeah,
He was
I
a
mean,
little over the top, talking about, oh
yeah.
yeah, she was real wild and
Hmm.
and women all the time, and we did everything and whatever, and
Yeah.
I mean, why? Here's the thing. Here's what I don't like.
Hmm.
Why obviously the dude's bitter, okay? Because
Oh yeah.
we later find out that she just kind of walked away from the relationship, didn't necessarily
Mhm.
tell him that they were broken
Right.
up, and so he was hating on that basically.
Hmm.
He said some things about Guillermo before. He's not a man, he's a boy, and
Hmm.
yes, he is very young.
Yeah.
Um, but as we all saw her sitting there, at least about 4 or 5 months pregnant, Guillermo seemed like he's man enough to me. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and also I think too. I think that dude. I think he's a functioning alcoholic. That guy, the ex boyfriend. I think he's a functioning alcoholic.
how do you think
And
so?
I say that because every time they showed him, he always, even when he was talking, when they showed him in the flashback, every time, even when they showed him being interviewed, he had a beer in his hand, and it
Mm-hmm,
wasn't the same beer that he was drinking inside.
mm-hmm.
So, but also just something about him just says to me, functioning alcoholic. Even your
Oh,
seagull,
interesting.
yep, even your seagulls agree with me.
Yeah, you can hear him. I know I got the window open because it's hot in these parts. That's my audience back there. My
The applaud side's been turned on, so they make noise.
right. It's like
Uh,
um. Okay, speaking of functioning alcoholics, let's talk about Patrick and Thais.
oh man, don't call my boy John a functioning alcoholic, even though that's
So
what he probably is.
Thais, looked really pretty last night. I think it's the best I've seen her
Mm,
look. She looked really,
she,
really pretty.
she got that
Um,
glow.
she got the pregnancy glow. Maybe that's what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So she's pregnant too. Uh, okay. You know what, Aunt? I think we gotta do a reenactment.
Oh man.
I want to be John. I want to be John, and
Hmm.
you be Jabri.
Oh man. Yo man, you been drinking this morning? You been drinking today? How many beers
What?
have you had? Are you drunk right now?
No, no.
Okay.
I had.
Oh,
So what if I had a six pack earlier? Shut up, Sparkles.
hey man.
Sparkles.
Hey, listen man. Hey, listen man. I'm just saying. It sounds like you drunk right now and everything. Cause way
Don't worry
you just
about me,
talking.
Sparkles. Don't worry about
Oh,
me. Don't worry about
okay.
what I'm
Okay.
doing.
You don't want this problem with me, dog. You don't want this problem with me, man.
Oh,
All
you don't
right.
want this problem. You don't want these problems. You just sit over there, Sparkle. Sparkle.
That's exactly how it went.
The way
Yo,
he says sparkle just
Sparkles. Yeah,
cracked me up.
he said it with that Boston accent too. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I said, Jabri, you messing with a dude from Boston. You don't
Jabri,
want that
stop talking.
problem.
Stop.
Cause
Even in the even in the dressing room when they were taking a break to eat, he
yeah.
was still talking mess.
Oh yeah, about Ari and Penny and yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and the whole time now I posted this on Twitter. Benny was very quiet. Benny's kind of a mild mannered, chill dude anyway.
Yeah.
Benny was very quiet, but
Mm-hmm.
he just looked. He kept just giving Jabri, because at one point in time,
Mm.
Jabri got mad disrespectful and told Ari, I'll fight you. I'll fight you. Forget the money. I'll just fight you for whatever. And Benny just looked at him and he just had this look like, I'm quiet, but I'm deadly. Like he knows he can walk over there and snap that dude's neck and be done with it. Like,
Uh,
he's that silent but deadly type,
listen.
because you don't mess with those. Those guys are very mild mannered.
Oh
Do they
yeah.
snap? When they go
Oh
off, they
yeah.
go off. And we seen him fight.
Listen, I know boxers, I know wrestlers, I know MMA fighters, especially. they are some of the most down to earth, mild mannered guys you meet.
Mm-hmm.
That's them being zen. So
Yep.
when they are quiet and they giving you that look, that means your ass better run for the hills or shut up. Because
Right.
you saw the fight where he literally jumped in the air and knocked that dude down. Don't think he won't jump over that furniture and do it to you.
He's trying to be real chill because
He
I
is
don't know.
Benny is a viper. He is like stalking his prey right now, looking at Jabri when he giving that look.
Man, I love me some Benny. Benny's
Oh yeah.
cool. Benny's
Oh
cool,
yeah.
calm, collected. He's
Oh
a
yeah.
good dude. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Same thing. I think if it weren't for his son, I think he'd be out of there too. I think
Yeah.
he's already kind of a handful to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Mm-hmm.
Patrick. So Patrick, of course, they talk about
Mm-hmm.
John and his kind of run-ins with Thias or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I guess there's more to be seen next week, which makes me wonder because I did they're in I did read they're in Las Vegas now.
Yeah.
Patrick and Thias, they moved to Las Vegas, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is John with them? I guess we'll find out next week, right? Because we don't really know.
I
They
don't
didn't
know.
get that far.
Something tells me either he stayed in Florida or he might have gone back to Boston. Something my intuition is telling me that. I'm thinking he might have gone back to Boston to be closer to their mom because remember the mom is sick.
Mm.
So and she
Yeah, but
needs
they
that
aren't
rent.
close to the mom like that though. They
True.
aren't really close. They aren't close to their family. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out next week. But Patrick, he made a comment at one point about, oh well, American women are so bossy and overbearing, and all the women were looking at him like, really, dude? And it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I mean, he's that
Mm,
guy, so he needs somebody that he
mm,
can control. Because people on
mm,
Twitter have been like, yeah, he's definitely got some controlling characteristics, and
mm.
and I agree. I think that growing up, his home life was out of control, and so
Oh,
now
absolutely.
he has to be in control, and so he's got this young,
Mm-hmm.
girl he's plucked from the DR, and
Mm-hmm.
so hey, I'm
Yep.
like, Patrick, watch your mouth though, watch your mouth. He another
Yeah.
one need to watch his mouth. Just sit there and be quiet,
Yeah.
and you know,
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, just be happy. You're getting ready to be a dad, dude. Don't go digging yourself in a hole. All right. You.
because he looked like a shrunken head dude on Beetlejuice with the
Yeah.
because he got this baby face and he's got this steroid body, which he's admitted to using it
Mhm.
before. So,
Mhm.
it's just kind of funny. Like, I'm looking at him going, yeah, your body doesn't match your head. It's weird.
Doesn't. It is
Don't
hilarious.
do steroids, people.
Don't exactly. Don't do not do them. But real quick, going back to John and Jabri, somebody posted on Twitter. So you know that you
Yeah.
see, remember when they all went out for beers and John is sitting there like this with his hands folded and he's like kind of giving that smirk. Now we all know the story about how Jabri got put in a coma by his best friend, the guy who ended up being his best
Mhm.
friend. He got knocked out. Somebody posted that picture on Twitter and it said point of view of what Jabri saw before he entered his second coma.
Wow. Right. Because he just keep talking and John gonna snap on him.
Let me tell you something. You don't want it with LA dudes, and you damn sure don't want it with Boston dudes. Boston, oh yeah.
But listen, because we know John probably got a six pack. He was snuck in the building somewhere.
Hey, it don't matter. Six pack or not. You don't
Oh man.
nope. Mm-mm.
Well, we're out of time. So
Yes.
I cannot wait to see you next week. It's gonna be
Yes.
crazy. It's gonna be
Yes.
interesting. I'm here for it. You're
Me
there
too.
for it.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see y'all next week for more 90 Day Fiance Afterthoughts and Chaos.
Yes.
Later, peeps.
Later.